everybody, it's lovely to see you all again. Here we are. I hope you've all had a really, really good week. We've got an amazing evening for you this evening. It's evening in the UK, sorry, it's daytime in your time. I do apologise. I just want to say we're all on the build up to Christmas. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to Alia for my lovely gift. As you know, well, you won't know, but I lost my little doggy and she sent me a lovely little gift. And sometimes when you give someone a little gift or a word, it can mean all the difference. So we've got the build up to Christmas first. So I've got to just tell you this as well, because if I don't, you'll all be getting on to me and saying I don't let you know about everything. I've got a 24-day crystal Advent calendar. So it's a unique crystal for every day. To find out more about that, you need to go on to Tracy Poskitt medium.com and you can order those. And also as well, there's lots of different things on there that you can have what's a little bit different for you to choose your something for your special people for Christmas. So we've got a guest this evening, so it's going to be fun. So I've got a lady called Sue Tonks. As you know, when we're leading up to Christmas, we all worry about our finances, and especially after Christmas. And Sue is here to talk about something that's quite exceptional, actually. I know a lot of people that have taken Sue's advice on this. And I myself have, but I'm not going to tell you about it because I haven't got all the knowledge. So, hi, Sue. How are you? So I'm going to... You're very welcome. And what I'm going to do is I'm just, without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Sue Tonks. You need a pen and paper, because if you do want to join what Sue's going to tell you in a minute, you'll just need a pen to write a link down, but I'll tell you where you can get it from me afterwards. So, Sue, over to you.
Thank you, Tracy. A little while ago, Tracy, you might remember, well, it actually was about 1.5 to 2 years ago, you did a reading for me, and one of the things you said to me at the time was, wow, you're really struggling at the moment with your finances. There's something going on that's causing you a lot of grief and a lot of problems. And in fact, there was a tremendous thing going on. And so I said, yeah. And you said, well, I'm telling you now that it's all going to come out all right. This problem, it seemed too big a problem to be just turning out all right. And I told you that I'd got a house that I rented out to 3 autistic young men and a carer. And the mortgage had come to the end, and the mortgage people were not going to renew the mortgage. You know, I'm getting on, and it's a lot harder to get mortgages these days when you're getting a little bit older. And I didn't want the boys to lose their home because they'd lived there, but some of them had lived there for nearly 10 years. And it was a real worry for me as to how I was going to finance this house. And I said that, you know, it could well be that this house is repossessed. And the one of the things that you said to me is, Sue, there is no repossession in your reading. I can't see them taking the house from you. I can't see that at all. And that gave me a bit of warmth. But, you know, I always think that I could have sat there for the next 1.5 years and not done anything, thinking, Tracy said it was going to be okay, that I wouldn't have a repossession and everything was going to turn out all right. But I'm not the sort of person just to sit there and wait, and I'm sure that that's not what you wanted me to do. So what I did in the meantime is I had a look at how on earth I was going to be able then to turn the situation round. And my first attempt at it really didn't work very well, and it was a bit of a scam and all sorts, and you know, it made me feel even worse. So I carried on searching, and I talked to lots of people, and I did lots of research. And a friend of mine introduced me to something which was really sort of right up my line, something that allowed me to earn some money while I'm still doing my jobs and would take that pressure off me financially. And many years ago, I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And that book let me understand about how money works and how that, I could, in a job, which I do leadership and management training, and I'm an international speaker, but I only get paid when I do that job. I don't get paid when I'm not working. And of course, during the COVID period that we've had, I've done less and less speaking, mostly Zooms up and down across the world, but not enough to bring in sufficient amounts of money. So a year ago this week, on the 5th of November, I joined a system where for a very small amount of money, in dollars, it would be $300, equivalent to about £212 in the UK pounds. I joined a scheme of trading on the foreign exchange. And every single day, 5 days a week, I've earned 1% of my trading figure every single day over the period. And what I've done is I've upgraded that. So I earned a bit, upgraded, earned a bit more, upgraded, earned a bit more. And really without having any knowledge, because I don't have to know how to do that trading on the Forex market. The Forex market is the bit that, if I went abroad, I would have to change my pounds into whatever currency, whether it's euros, whether it's dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever. I have to change that. And sometimes that changeover means it's more beneficial to me, and sometimes it isn't. And across the world, there are traders that trade on one currency and another. And I think that that's actually quite a bit safer for me, because if I bought shares in a company and something happened with that company and the shares dropped right down, it would take a long time for the confidence to pick back up. But if something happened in the euro world or the pound world or the dollar world, the other currencies would pick up. It's a bit of a yin and a yang, really. And although I don't understand it, I have traders that trade for me every day, 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. They know what they're doing. And I get around about average 1% return on my investment every single day, 5 days a week. And as I'm building it up now, I'm now on $20,000 trading, which is earning me about $715 per week. So I'm doing that without actually doing anything. So every day, every morning when I wake up, that money is in my pot. And on a Saturday night, it's really exciting because we get paid on a Saturday night, and a Saturday night, it goes into my pot for me to take out. So what I did is I did some of that for myself, my family, my business, which is HydraVeg behind me. And between all of those, every week we took out most of the money, left a bit in to carry on building up the pot. So took out the profit. So I'm not taking out the money, taking out the profits. And bit by bit, over the since January last year, we built it up. So we've got sufficient money now to pay for a new mortgage to keep the boys in the house. And I was telling you the other day, Tracy, that on Monday, we sealed the contract for the mortgage, and the mortgage is now back in my name, and the boys are now safe in the house for as long as they want to be there. And I've done that really because, first of all, you said it wasn't going to happen. So what I feared the worst wasn't in my readings. And secondly, I also think that it's really important not to just sit and do nothing. You need to go and find some things and do some things. And there's another book that really resonated with me, and it's really come true over the COVID period, and it's called Surfing the Techno Tsunami.
Oh, we'll have to have a link for that soon.
Yeah, and that's all about all the different jobs that are going to be disappearing in the world because of technology, because of change and everything. And people used to have a job for life. We're not going to have a job for life. So it's important that we find other means of earning outside of our normal work to give us that extra little bit of a buffer, to provide the extra little bit of money that we might need for our retirement, a pension, or the special occasions. And one of the men I know really well, that's with me on my Forex journey. He's 82 years old, is Frank, and he's a lovely, lovely man. He still rides a motorbike, and he lives over in Yorkshire. And I said to him, why do you want to do this, Frank? And he said, I just want to build up some money so that every week I can pull something out and just do something a bit more special with my life. He said, rather than just rely on my pension. And that's what he's doing. And he's loving it because he gets paid every week and he's still growing his pot and he's still, enjoying life to the full because now he can, he's got a little bit of extra. So it doesn't mean to say we have to do a lot. It's just making a little bit of a difference for all of us. And you were talking about Christmas, Tracy, and saying how difficult it is sometimes, builds up to Christmas and presents or things that we need to buy. And then afterwards we think, oh, why on earth, what did I do? And just have a little bit of extra money coming in where it's still building up. So I was working out the other day how you could get from $300 to $100,000 trading, what time scale. And if you did nothing every day, but just let it build up, you'd actually get there from $300 to $100,000. You get there in 5 years and 5 months. Now, not everybody's the same, and some people wouldn't be able to keep it in and growing because they'd want to take some out to spend or to make the lives a bit easier. So that just takes a little bit longer to get there, but you will get there. And it's a bit like what you said, Tracy, to me when you did my reading, that's not going to happen soon. That's going to be absolutely fine. But you just got to think a different way about how you're going to cope with things in the future and look for opportunities. And it's so easy for people to say, the naysayers, and say, oh, that won't work, or that's a scam, or that's whatever. But you have to do your own research. And I did that and made sure that it worked for me. And there I've been telling other people about it. I just think it's a really great idea. And I love earning at night in a nice way. So I'm a woman who earns at night, every night. And it makes me and my family feel much better because now we're back more in control of our finances rather than struggling as we were. So I hope that sounds okay for you, Tracy.
Can I just ask you a question, please? So like me as a mum, and I've got a son that's at university, that, when you think about it, because now, especially in the UK and a lot of people abroad send people to the UK for the education system, could I actually get involved in this for my son? So get one for my son so that when he finishes university, because if they own over a certain amount of money, they've got to pay their loans back, what they get for their education. So that's the question.
It's a really good idea. And the earlier this starts, I've got a lot of young people just going off to university for the first time. Have taken on a pack, and even if they don't do anything but just upgrade it while they're at university, they've got a lump sum coming out that they can take on a weekly basis later on. And I think that's fabulous for young people because it just gives them something. It's much better, 1% a day, 5% a week, is much better than any bank's going to give you. And if they don't have to do anything about it because they're concentrating on the studies and the knowledge and everything, they won't be thinking about the bank balance. And so there it is, just totting away at the background for them, ready for when they need it. And I think that when young people come out of universities now, it's not easy to get a job. It's not like it was before. And, it's something they can rely on week after week, building up for them in the background. So I think that's a really, really good idea, Tracy.
And can they see their money grow themselves? Like when people take this on, do they actually physically get something to show them how it's going on a regular?
Yeah, there's a website that they log into their own website. I can see everything that's happened in my little business from the 5th of November last year. Every single thing that's gone in, every time I've upgraded, every time I've taken some money out, it's all there in what we call the back office, which is just brilliant. And every day I get notification of what we done the day before, because we're always a day behind, what we're doing the day before. And, at the end of the week on a Saturday night, it always sends me a little message that says, hey, this is how much you earned this week. And that's really great, because at least you can see. And the thing I also like about it, you don't have to wait a long time to start getting your return on investment. It's 72 working hours. So if you sign up on a Monday, you're actually trading and actually getting your return on investment by the Thursday, which is just fabulous to see. And one of the most important things I've told everybody that's looked at this is, take your money back that you invested as soon as you can. So as soon as you can, you're able or you want to return your own initial investment into the pot, because actually you don't need to invest any more. You can, if you like, you can pop a little bit more in. I did a little bit in order to help me achieve what I needed for the boys, but you don't have to. And then it just trades for you and just builds up. But I always say, just in case, just take the money back that you've put in it in the first place, and then you're only trading on profits and you haven't lost anything.
That's good. And so I'm actually going to come on to your meeting tomorrow, which I found out before the show that we've actually changed our clocks. But in the United States, and they haven't. So it's 6:30, is it, tomorrow evening?
GMT 6:30. So you just need to check what time it is on GMT compared to across America. So the time scales in America and Canada and everywhere else in the world are all different. So at the moment, GMT is a little bit different to how it would normally be. But so it's a Zoom meeting I'm running tomorrow, Tracy, at 6:30 GMT, just half an hour, 6:30 till 7 o'clock at night. And that's on Zoom meeting number 845-030-2611. So I'll just say that again. I know you're going to put it on your Facebook, but it's 845-030-2611. And if it asks for a password, sometimes it does. It's 6 small c 3 capital E capital R small z. That's 6 small c 3 capital E capital R small z. And if anybody wants to come join us tomorrow, just to find out a little bit about it, half an hour, and let's see how we go.
Yeah, well, it will be on my website as well. On my Facebook, Tracy Poskitt Medium. So if you go on, I'll put it on there this evening, and I'll put the link on there, and I'll be there so you can see me again, guys. Which would be wonderful, and it'd be lovely to hear more about that soon. So thank you for that. That's been lovely. Can I just ask you, Sue, then, when you mentioned about your business behind you? Through the pandemic, it's been a little bit. You mentioned veg, so it's been a bit of a nightmare in the supermarkets and stuff, bless them, with all those transport problems and stuff. It is a well-being show, my show. So I'm a great believer in natural. So do you want to just add a little bit about your hydro veg while you're on, please?
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's nice, Tracy. Right, well, I'm the inventor of a gardening process called a hydro veg kit, which is, you can see a bit behind me. So hydro veg kit is growing vegetables in your garden with no digging and weeding, no slugs and snails, no soil. It waters itself, and it uses 70% less water than a normal garden, and it grows about 30% faster. And I just created this for myself in my own garden. I'm not a gardener, but I wanted to be able to grow veg, and it's a lot of hard work digging and everything in the garden, and all the watering and everything else. And so I created this hydro veg kit, and it means that I can grow about 120 veg in no more space than 6 foot wide and 5 foot tall. So that's like in Britain, that's a fence panel. And it's vertical, so I don't have to do any bending or messing about. And it's gone really, really well, Tracy. We've won lots of awards over in the UK for it. And I'm constantly, this week it's COP26 over in the UK, talking about climate change and things. So I'm working on new ways to get that more environmentally friendly for people. It's already environmentally friendly, but I'm looking to improve that even more. And so, so hydroveg. So it's hydroponic growing vertically in people's gardens. So people that manage a garden anymore can do it. If they've got young children, they can get the children involved in growing their own veg and eating it. People that haven't got a lot of time or a lot of space can also do that. So yes, that's my invention, and I'm really, really proud of it.
Sorry about that. So if anybody's in a penthouse then or an apartment and they've only got a balcony, does it have to be outdoors, I assume?
Yeah, it is an outdoor kit. Yeah. So long as they've got a lead for electric, then that's all they need, because you don't need water connection to it. You just put the water and the nutrients in a box, and it just flows through the system. So it's a bit like having a water feature as well. So we give our customers a free water feature for the garden while they go with it. So it's really good.
Yeah, and it's, if I have a lot of clients that I read is, all over the world, and they say about, because obviously I'm near Sherwood Forest, so we've got lots of land around us, and they'll say, just we don't get the opportunity to grow veg, or we've only got a little balcony, so that's a good way, isn't it, to actually...
the sizes, so that's really useful for people to be able to grow the veg in a small space. And but it's a really, really easy way. So I just planted out for the winter veg. So I've got all my brassicas, broccoli, kale, cabbage, cauliflowers, cabbages, peas, beans, chard, all sorts of stuff like that. And in the summer, wow, all of those, and then aubergines, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, chilies, peas, all sorts of things. It's just really great fun.
Oh, brilliant. So now I've said that about if anybody's only in an apartment or a penthouse, can they be imported?
Well, we've never sent one abroad, but we're actually looking at it at the moment. So yes, it should be able to be imported. Right,
okay. And have you got a website for that?
Yeah, it's just www.hydroveg.co.uk. So that's www.hydroveg.co.uk.
So everybody can be healthy by this time next year then. And they can
absolutely.
Because obviously as well, especially if you've got like patio doors and a balcony, you've got the fragrance as well, haven't you, and everything.
It's just great. You just go outside and you just pick straight off what you want to eat that day. There's no waste, and it's just wonderful.
Oh, that's brilliant. So just go through that link again, Sue, for tomorrow night, please.
Okay, so it's on a Zoom call, and it's 845 030 2611, and the code is C3ERZ.
That's brilliant, and it's been lovely to have you. We'll have to have you again. All right,
thanks,
so thank you for joining. Thank you. Right, so we've only got a minute. Just a minute to say it'll be on my website, on my Tracy Poskitt Medium Facebook page. So to get the link, so we'll see you all there. And don't forget, if you want to think about before Christmas and treat your loved ones to a calendar where they can get a crystal for a day. There's 24 days on there. If you can go on me at Facebook for that, because it's on there, but it's also on www.tracyposkitt.com my website. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you all next week. I'm on my own next week, so I'll be doing some more calls. And don't forget, gift. It's lovely because it's got green on my gift that I had today. Because don't forget, guys, we're still in the month of green. So wear green to bring you the guidance that you need. Don't get too stressed out now I've mentioned Christmas. And I really, really look forward to seeing you all next week. And it's been great, so thank you.